we were dying laughing because the levels they had set for my body type was between 228 and 700.
Right.
Which is very low for me.
Right.
I feel lethargic at 800. So these are the types of things we want to speak out on. We want people to understand that everybody is different here and everybody needs to get tested. It is one of those things, you know, especially for military men. Like, right. Man, if you've been through stress that is an NCO, if you've been through stress in combat, then yes, you need to go and get tested for TRT. You need to understand where you're at and what it means to go on to TRT and what the benefits and possible side effects are. And I mean, the side effects really aren't crazy. You're not going to be this angry ball of anger.
Right.
That's estrogen. That's a very different problem. Most of the time we are that way because we have low T. Right. So, you know, there is a flip side to these things. Like some guys get acne, but there are routes to take to counteract these things. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not always so cut and dry, but it is very simplistic in adhering to issues that could arise.
Right.
So,
yeah, and just to summarize that real quick, that's why it's so important to have a TRT doctor or a doctor who understands TRT in a way that is functional because they don't get trained on this stuff in medical school.
No, they don't. And you want to see, you know, if you have to go to a hormone therapist, like, or a hormone doctor, you know, you want somebody that really understands. There are questions you can be asking these doctors that you can simply look up about the pituitary, how it secretes, right. What it means to go on certain types of testosterone. If you go to a doctor who doesn't understand the difference between propanate, cypionate, and anianthate, mm-hmm. or acetate, undecanate, mm-hmm. you know, like why are you even in the field?
Right.
You know, like that's one of those things that it drives me crazy because I see it now so often with a lot of my friends, and they're like, well, they just put me on cypionate, and they're getting one shot a week.
Yeah.
And that is so dangerous because what this does is what we call rollercoastering. So you're going up in testosterone, and all that conversion brings you back down. And when you come back down, that conversion rolls over into estrogen, and estrogen is male crazy sauce. It makes us aggressive. It makes us sad. It's not good. Right. So in order to avoid these things, you need to be able to break those shots down either every other day or twice a week.
Right.
And everybody's different. Some people do well with twice a week. That's how I do well. You know, and other people like Brian here, they do well with every other day injections.
Right.
And that it works famously for us. You know, like I'm very thankful that I discovered I had the issue. I'm extremely thankful.
Yeah, and to give you guys kind of another perspective on how bad the medical situation is when it comes to testosterone, and it's such a basic fundamental thing that, like, I don't understand why medical school doesn't teach this because it is so vastly important. But there's a guy at the gym I was talking to recently, and he's got a high body fat percentage, and he went to a TRT clinic locally, and they prescribed him a shot of Test C every 2 weeks.
That is insane.
It's like, okay, the half-life on it is 8 days. So yeah. By the time he goes to get another shot, he's got 1/3 or 1/4 of the testosterone that was injected at the last appointment. So during that whole time, you got all this estrogen conversion and then no testosterone to combat the high estrogen level from the body fat, changing the testosterone into estrogen.
Right. And, you know, they also, like, one of the big things now is, like, the prescription of HCG. What's funny is they normally have you buy this on your own,
right?
Which is just to keep your gonads going. Right. It's really just there to make sure your normal function of what is secreting in your body continues to happen. And a lot of times they will prescribe HCG over testosterone, which is in my eyes just crazy. Mm-hmm. Because now what you're saying is, well, I'm just going to keep what you have going, and I'm not going to address the problem.
Right.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and that goes back again to insurance companies there, because the insurance companies oftentimes won't cover testosterone or HCG or something like enclomiphene or Clomid, whichever your doctor chooses to prescribe. You'll have to pay out of pocket for that because the insurance companies won't cover that. And they won't cover that, in my opinion, because it's not something that's going to cause reoccurring commissions from peripheral medications mm-hmm. they can prescribe for side effects. These are curing, healing compounds if they're used correctly that will put you in a better place, and you won't need other medications if you're using them correctly.
Exactly. It's, you know, it coming back around full circle to like peptides, you know, like BPC 157 and TB 500. Like just 7 months ago, I was told that I'm going to need to have carpal tunnel surgery, that my elbow was unfixable. And I treated myself after doing my reading and research. And after 3 months of treatment, well, yeah, I guess you don't need the surgery anymore.
Right.
I dropped that doctor like hotcakes, by the way.
Well, and then you have what is that intestinal issue you have, and then you took BPC for that.
Yep, I have IBS with DV. I have irritable bowel syndrome and diverticulitis, which is small pockets in the lower end of my colon. And I took BPC, and I was able to not only completely negate these issues, but I still take it today, and I haven't had an issue since.
Yeah, it's been a lifesaver for Chris. So to wrap up real quick, guys, we're going to do some of these podcasts mostly focused around helping other veterans recover from military service, getting healthy again, getting a life purpose back. And if you guys appreciate this content, please let us know in the comments. Also, let us know in the comments how the audio quality is coming across, video quality, things like that. And we will try to do one of these every week for a while, and we want to hear your feedback. So if you have questions, let us know.
Yeah.
And if you're wanting to follow Chris, I've linked his socials in the video description. And so he's going to start producing content as well. As you guys see, he looks like he kind of works out sometimes. So if you guys are looking for some good content, go check out his stuff.
Awesome.
And we'll plan on seeing you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys then.
Take care.